What's good? What's good? How's it look? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is anybody in the building? The Raiders have the 48th pick. I'm probably just talking to myself. Did we trade again? What is going on? Why are we not on the damn clock? What the fuck happened? Is there another trade? What's going on with YouTube, bro? Working? Yo, hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Bro, I think we just traded away the pick again. What happened? I missed it trying to go live and restart this damn YouTube. What happened? Did we trade the pick? I think we traded the pick, bro. We did. We added another third. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We will definitely hook up for a game. For sure. So I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm waiting for it to come back on. Oh. The 48th pick to the Texans for 58, the second round pick, and 99. They are stacking fourth round picks. What is going on? I guess they got a lot of talent there. We have a third or fourth round picks are back to back. Damn, so we're not picking in the second at all? They completely traded out of the second? Or we got 53? So we're picking it. Oh my God, what are they doing? There was a lot of talent on the board. There was mega talent on the board. And Shador sits and sits and sits. Damn. What do y'all think about Shador Sanders not being drafted so far? Where do you think he will go? The Saints took Tyler Shook over Shador Sanders. That's right. You heard it here. I called it. I told you. Shador Sanders was the fourth or fifth best quarterback in this draft. And with the attitude, that put him probably like seventh or eighth. Oh, we are picking at 58. All right, so the Raiders went from 37 to 48 to now 58. But somehow we picked up what? I thought we picked up a 63 or 68 and 98 from Miami. And then we just picked up another pick. So 93 or something. So we're stacking picks in the late rounds. Let's go offensive line. Let's go offensive line. But damn. So if they didn't go corner in this second round and they traded back, that tells me one thing or two things. They are trading for Jair Alexander, or they are bringing in Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you got to do one or the other. Fuck, I forgot to monetize my video. I always do that. Oh, Ariante Ezere is off the board for the Texans. That is a big hit for the Raiders. All right, so let me get this. Ariante Ezere was like my fifth best tackle, maybe fourth best tackle in this draft. Like, the kid's potential is through the ceiling. Yeah, I'm thinking Jalen Ramsey, or maybe they go big and swing for the fences and get Jair Alexander. It would make sense for me, but bro, these other teams are cleaning up right now. Everybody's getting better. I like where we're at, but the level of talent in these later rounds is not where the talent is right now. And I've come on twice and missed the pick. So now, too many homeless people in Hawaii. There's a lot of homeless people in Hawaii. There's a lot of homeless people all over the planet. The world is an evil place. You have kids making billions of dollars on YouTube and people starving in the streets. It's a horrible, horrible world. The truth about Hawaii, it costs a lot of money. Eggs are $20 for a carton. Gallon of milk's like $15. No. But it's no different than gas in California or shit in New York. People come to quit their jobs and live on the beach. You gonna watch highlights tonight? Are you not watching the draft? I could turn it up. $8, $15. What's the difference? What's the difference? It's still a lot of money. Demetrius Knight Jr. Come on, man. We've missed on a lot of people. I know we scored on Genty, but how are we stacking talent in the third round? So we have 2 third-round picks. I'm not mad with that. I'm not mad. We have 2 or 3 fourth-round picks now? We gave up a 5th. We gave up a 4th. So we have 1 4th. I'm not mad at that, but talent-wise, damn. I mean, we have to be thinking edge rusher. We have to be thinking defensive line right now. Or they have a whole lot of wide receivers like I have on my list of dudes that could just come up. Arnie Garza, what's good, what's good? I think there's a lot of receivers that are sleepers coming up very, very soon. And it probably won't be today, but tomorrow. There's going to be a whole bunch of running backs, linebackers, defensive line. Everything else is running out. I haven't had cable in years. I wish I could post a draft on here. I'm going to get it figured out. Somehow, by the season, Rick, I'm going to try to make it where I could live stream on my Discord. I don't know if that's possible, but I have a Discord. I need to figure it out. And I will put in work, bro. I will put in work. I'll figure it out. Because I would love to be able to watch games live with my fans, with my peeps, you know, in the building. Talk about the game live. Last year, it was okay, but my play-by-play is not great. I start rambling on about comments. I miss what's going on in the game, watching the screen. But if we could watch it on a Discord and everybody watch it, I think that'd be cool as hell. Rebel, your thoughts on 6 players waived today? Well, Arnie, I am not as up to date as you. And can you tell me who those 6 players are? Rebel, if we pick Shador at 58 and draft Kyle Williams wide receiver, bro, nobody wants Shador Sanders. He's a problem. He's a locker room problem. I've talked about this. I talked about it when I was live earlier. Remember Russell Wilson? You know, he got picked in the later rounds. He took the job as a rookie over a guy they paid a bunch of money to. He won a Super Bowl. Then he got his own office. He got his own, you know, private jet to the games. Didn't fly with the rest of the team, whatever. Had all this prima donna shit. People get entitled. People change. Shador's never had a chance to change. He was born that way. He was born with everything you could possibly have. He don't know what it is to come from the mud, to get it out the bottom. I'm not saying he never worked for shit. I'm just saying when you have money, anything is possible, bro. How many quarterbacks get to hire Tom Brady as their trainer? Like, come on. If Tom Brady didn't draft him already, there's a problem. There's a problem. And it's not with his game, I'm sure. It might be with his upside. But more than that, bro, it is attitude. Character is a big, big thing in the NFL and sports in general. You can't have somebody that already believes he's better than everybody as a rookie, already made more money in his career than most of the guys in the building. Geo Mex, Greg Lira, what's good? What's good? Right? Crazy. So, Genty, baby, right? Shout out. Let's take a moment of silence for Ashton Genty. No. Yeah. Great pick. Great pick. But the Shador thing, man, I said it all year long. He wasn't going in the first round. And I said I'd be surprised, very surprised, if he went in the second. Just because that it's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. That's the way he was born. It's not his fault. He was born into money. His dad could give him everything he could possibly want his whole life. Best trainers, Tom Brady as a coach. Like, that's... It's not really his fault. It's not really his fault. I don't blame the kid. But when you go and you hear all the noise and you continue to talk about people are just hating on you, you have to look in the mirror at some point and say, maybe it's not hate, right? Elijah Arroyo, tight end to the Seahawks. Damn. Good ass pick. Sometimes, and I said this yesterday, How do we know? One of those general managers are head coaches that said he was entitled. It was the worst interview they ever been in. How do we know one of those dudes wasn't in the Raiders organization? It could have been Pete Carroll. It could have been Spytek. It could have been somebody in the building. Maybe that's the way. Maybe they were going to draft him until the interview, and they were like, damn, we can't draft this kid no matter how good he is. Sometimes your character overrides your talent. We've seen it in the NFL over and over again. People that have red flags, fuck, my battery's gonna die. People that have red flags, that people don't take chances on them. A lot of times those dudes turn out to be great players. And if somebody takes a chance, he could turn out to be a great player. But sometimes humble pie tastes like shit, but so do vegetables, right? You gotta have that shit to grow. In my opinion, if you never fail in life, it's hard to, I don't know. You just look at other people different, right? Especially people beneath you, or you think is beneath you. It's a lot of talent to be wasted, bro. And we're already the bottom of the second round. I mean, we're getting up there. All the teams that needed quarterbacks, Cleveland, the Giants, the Saints, the Raiders, every one of these teams have passed on him and passed on him and passed on him. It's not because of his football IQ, and I don't believe it's because of his father. I just believe it's because of the arrogance, because of the me. So I don't see the Raiders taking that chance. I really don't. Who is your best available at this point in time? Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Kyle Williams at 58. I'm down with all of that. Somehow I feel like it's going to be an offensive lineman. I think Ashton Genty, you take Genty at 6, you keep moving down. Maybe they don't feel that, Charles Grant, my guy Arianti Esmery already got, off the board. Donovan Jackson's off the board. We're getting slim pickings to these tackles. Maybe tackles you can move to guard. Maybe a tackle that takes that tackle spot right off the top. I really like Siobhan Ravel. Maybe the injuries are scaring the Raiders away. They did have him in for a top 30 visit. Maybe they take a chance now. We do need corners. Trey Amos. I love the shit out of Trey Amos. Benjamin Morris, is he still on the board? Did he go yet? I don't have the list in front of me. I got shit on TV, shit on the laptop, and my phone's about to die. So if this live just ends, you know what happened. My shit died. I'm just gonna rock with it till we done. Raiders pick at 58, 68, 98, 99, 135 because of the trades, more talent. Now, hey, I was team trade back, you know, all year. Trade back out of the first round, but if nobody wanted to trade, obviously they waited till the second round to trade back, and I'm good with that, bro. I'm good with that. There's still talent left. There's a lot of talent at receiver. There's talent at defensive tackle. I mean, it's not, you know, it's talent that's going to take a while. The Titans are on the clock. 52nd pick. Damn. I think that's where the Raiders were trying to go back to. Olufemi Oladeju plays linebacker. Mostly outside linebacker, but they moved him to edge, and the dude was pretty dominant at UCLA. The kid is a beast, bro. But he's a very raw talent. And I think that's where the Raiders were trying to sneak up and snatch up on. That's great talent right there. Olufemi Oladeju. I did not see him going in the second round. Like, I had him on 3 different draft boards. And I also had him on a bunch of mock drafts, but it was 5th round. But he started climbing boards, and I knew, shit, he was still on the Raiders board very, very high. So that's a crazy pick for them. I'm still banking on Trey Amos and Alec Ayomanor to the Raiders. I hope we get both. But I don't see Trey Amos being on the board much longer. If he makes it to us at 58, I'm going to be surprised. That's 5 more picks. That's 5 more. He's been the best player on the board for a while. For a long while, in my opinion. Surprise pick, Jared Wilson, guard center from Georgia, yes or no? You know, I heard Hondo talk about the Jared Wilson. He's probably the best center in this draft. I mean, depending on where you play Gray Zabel. You know, if you put Gray Zabel at center, that's probably a battle. But I like Jared Wilson. I don't know if you can move him to guard. You know, he's big enough. He's definitely bigger than Parham. So I wouldn't be mad with Jared Wilson, but not in the second. Maybe the 3rd pick. I wouldn't be mad at that. Well, we have 68, 98, 68, 98, 99. That's all 3rd. Well, 4th round, I guess. So we only got 1 3rd round? What? Man, we got a bunch of 4th round picks. Trey Amos could go here to Tampa. I'm surprised he didn't go to Buffalo. I thought when they moved up, that was a for sure thing. I really thought Houston would take him, but yeah, he could definitely go to the Bucks right now. It would make all the sense in the world. Yo, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab this charger before this phone dies. Oh my God. I'm gonna be pissed if I miss the pick, so I gotta plug this shit in without ending this live somehow. Maybe. Alright, that'll work, I guess. Cool. We have battery power. Come here, girl. You wanna see pretty girl? Come here. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. No, not to me, to the camera. To the camera. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. Spoiled, spoiled, spoiled. um, Will Johnson ran a 4.58 40, bro. I told you, Arnie. I told you in my lives when you said Will Johnson. I told you it was gonna be scary him going in the first round. You got the injury, that kept him out most of the season last year. Then you tear your hamstring going into camp. Let me turn this down. Sorry. You tear your hamstring going into camp, and then you come out and you run a 4.58. Like that's not good numbers. No matter how good you are, and he plays better. He's not really good in press. When his back's to the ball, he's horrible. At relocating the ball. Not horrible, but not the best. Not top pick. So injuries, man, injuries. Same thing. Benjamin Morris is on the board. Same reason I believe Siobhan Ravel is on the board right now. Injuries. Guys are scared to take these guys when you have a knee injury, Achilles injury, hip injuries. Those are major injuries. Benjamin Morris gone. Okay, well, I almost missed that pick. But yeah, so I don't know. Who did we release today? I can't look on my phone, bro. I don't have the computer. Who did? Oh, Benjamin Morris just now picked. All right. I was gonna say, when was he picked, bro? I've been watching the whole draft. So he's gone now. So BM Notre Dame to the Bucks. That is nasty, bro. These teams are getting very, very talented. Very, very talented. And we are now 5 picks away. 4, however you want to look at it. Finding out if the Raiders stick and pick or if they trade out again. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all, Spy Tech loves his picks. We're going to get as many as we can. We missed on great talent in the second round. I hope they make up for it with the amount of picks we have. That's all I can say. But Benjamin Morris, another guy off the board. 26 career starts, played in 31 games. Covered mad talent like Emeka Egbuka, Smith. Who else did they go against? I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't. Maybe there was a deal. Between Spytek and Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll said, I take the 6th pick, you can have the rest. Because I really, really, really felt Nick Emanwari was going to be the pick in the second round, bro. I don't know how they let Nick Emanwari get picked up. 11 picks we got so far. I mean, the more the merrier, right? The more the merrier. I'm just worried about the talent level drop off. It's getting to that point where it's, those guys that have a chance of being great. I mean, not already. It's the second round. I'm saying, but a lot of the big names, the first round guys that were graded to go in the first round, that fell to the second. Most of them have been scooped up by now. So Green Bay is on the clock. The pick is in. Who y'all think it is? Who y'all think Green Bay's got? Hurry, go. I need a list of players left. I'm thinking Trey Amos. Anthony Belton tackle. That's a damn good pick for them. That's a damn good pick. He's a run blocking offensive lineman that's going to make Josh Jacobs way, way better. He's going to open holes for Josh Jacobs. He's going to help in the passing game. Anthony Belton is nasty, bro. That's a damn good pick. I really thought he would go earlier also. I didn't think he'd be in the late second round. Not at all. Not at all. Trey Amos or Ravel. I mean, it's looking like it, bro. Almost all the linemen are gone, right? We have George Grant.
Wait for another 15 seconds. I'm waiting for my nachos to be done.
Where'd Emeka Ibuka go?
Nachos.
I forgot. Trey Harris could go to the Chargers. Please no. Please no. Don't say that. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there.
Just wait 12 more seconds. I'm sorry.
I really don't know who to take in the second round.
Only a couple seconds.
Everybody I had on my board in the second and in my drafts,
42 seconds. All right.
they moved back so they couldn't get. I mean, I had Trey Amos in the second. I thought that would be a great pick for the Raiders. Are we at the 58th pick? No, we're at 55. The Chargers are on the board. Pick is already in.
Pro Bowler and University of Wisconsin alum.
No, we traded back twice. Stacking picks. Stacking picks. Why you put that out there, man? Why you put that out there, bro? Why you put that out there? I'm gonna have to block you. Fucked up, bro. Damn. Damn. All right, so that leaves us Alec Ayomanor. That leaves us Keandre Lambert Smith. That is my sleeper. Keandre Lambert Smith or my Arkansas boy. Chucky, what's good? What's good? I can't believe Trey Harris to the Chargers. That's nasty. Damn it. That's nasty, bro. The good thing about this, and I don't wish bad on anybody, but damn, bro, you shouldn't have got drafted to my division. He played in 7 games last year. He played in 7 games the year before. The dude has a problem staying healthy. And I know he had 1,000 yards in those 7 games, both years. However, it's the NFL. And I'm not hoping anything or wishing anything on anybody. I'm just saying. Yeah. What do y'all think about the dude oh my God. The corner I've been telling y'all was the best corner in this draft. And Jahdae Barron going to the donkeys, bro. Straight donkey. Crazy work. The Broncos now have the best secondary probably on the planet. Next to the Eagles, right? I mean, they're pretty nasty too. They got my guy Quinshawn Mitchell. They got why can't I ever think of white boy's name? Get your nose off the table. What are you doing? Yeah, but Patrick Surtain, Patrick flipping Surtain with Jahdae Barron is nasty, bro. It's nasty. All I can say is I hope Ashton Genty runs that dude over so he never wants to try to tackle a running back again. But damn, I like Jahdae Barron. And I hate when guys I like in college that I want to go to the Raiders go to the division. Because, man, that shit sucks. But I hope he gets smacked the shit out of him. I hope he gets smacked the shit out of him. Damn. So, receivers that I do know on the board. Savion Williams, right? Hear me out. Savion Williams. Savion. The dude would be electric with Genty, with Brock Bowers. I like Jack Beck, but Savion Williams. That's 6'4". We need an X receiver. They say he's not an X. I believe he will be. Just put him in a Pete Carroll system. Chip Kelly system. Why is Ashton Genty in a bathtub in a commercial? Okay. So now Ashton Genty's already a star. He's in bathtubs. He's in commercials. He's got Saks commercials. He's in an open door commercial. I hope this shit ends when the season starts, damn it. But yeah, I really like Jack Beck. I think, you know, Horton Jr. helped Shador Sanders out a lot, like Travis Hunter. He had 2 damn good receivers. 3, really, if you think about it. I can't think of the other kid's name. But yeah, I think his 40 time might, you know, drop him a little bit also. But Alec A.O. Manor is still on the board, right? You get Alec A.O. Manor, I'm not bad with that. Jalen Royals, I believe, is still on the board. That's who I had in the 3rd round, the Raiders taking. But as far as we traded back in the 2nd, we might have to take him there. I mean, damn. We're losing out on a linebacker. Schwesinger's gone. They can go Chris Paul, maybe Chris Paul Jr. Seth freaking Rollins announcing the pick for the Chicago Dumpers. They had a decent draft too. They had a decent draft also. I was looking at Pat Bryant from Illinois. Dude is good. I'm not mad at that either. I like Pat Bryant. I do. There's a bunch, bro. There's a bunch. Like I said, Andrew Armstrong from Arkansas, 6'5". You know, only 215 or something. Needs to put on like another. I think he's like 190 something. Needs to put on another 20 pounds. But you can do that in the NFL. Really, really easy, man. Way more than you can in college, right? In college, you got so much shit going on. You got to go to school. You got to do classwork. You got all that shit going on. In the NFL, you just got to train. You just got to train, read the playbook, and train. Train. I don't think we need to double down on running back. I don't think we do. I think Zeus would give Zamir White one more chance. You know, it's that last rookie deal. Everybody balls out on their contract year, right? Give the man a chance. We got more set. We still don't know what Dylan Labe. Who's this for?
The Chicago Bears select
Ozzy Trapello tackle. That's nasty for the Bears. Damn. They got a killer offensive lineman to just maul in the run game, bro. It's just straight mauling in the run game. Played every spot on the offensive line except center during his career. Father Steve Trapello was a 4th-round pick by the Saints in 1987. Dude is a monster, bro. Dude is a monster. The Raiders brought him in for a visit, I do believe.
My dad was Steve Trapello. He played BC High to BC, same as me. He was an All-American at BC, and then he was able to play in the NFL with the Saints for a handful of years.
They can go. I mean, Zamir
That's kind of the nickname he was given.
Zamir didn't get a chance at all. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 25, 30 times a game. Most of the time. He didn't get much of a chance. When he did get a chance, when AP took over, he had a decent, a decent last five games or whatever he played. And then you put him with Luke Getsy and AP and a horrible system. So I don't know. I don't know. If you put him in a power run system, which I believe all these offensive line fit more than a zone system. To me, like JPJ one-on-one, come on, DJ Glaze one-on-one, if you're rushing 4 offensive linemen, there's no reason to run zone. I think we got guys on, that can handle their own one-on-one and open up holes in the running game. So, Darius Alexander, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Toledo defensive tackle. All right. So Jack Beck, Jalen Knoll. Why aren't they putting a list of who's still on the board? So the Bears got Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, and then a tackle. They helped their quarterback pretty much as possible. Like, they just set up their quarterback for success. Caleb Williams probably smiling his ass off right now, right? They're like, here you go. We got you a nice tackle that could come along, slowly, don't have to rush, but can help out right away if he has to, I believe. Then you got a monster like, Burden on the outside, inside, wherever you want to put the kid. And then you got a guy like, not like Brock Bowers, but close to it. Blocking wise is better than Brock. He's going to kill you after the catch. He's hard to cover with his size from linebackers and safeties. These teams are killing it. They're killing it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And here we go.
What?
Broncos have traded the 57th pick to the Detroit Lions. With the 57th pick in the 20
Broncos trading back?
NFL draft.
What are your thoughts on Mike Green?
Select Tate Ratledge, guard from Georgia.
I don't know why he fell to the second round. Is he still on the board?
Another Bulldog coming off the board is Tate Ratledge.
Is Mike Green really still on the board?
Overall pick.
Is that why you're asking? I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the board in front of me, which is kind of horrible.
He's from Rome, Georgia. Small town and
Yep.
part of the state.
Yep. Tate Ratledge.
For the Big Orange.
They shouldn't have moved back so far, man. They shouldn't have moved some back. If Mike Green's available, you take him right here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mike Green got a rape charge? Well, that's why he's in the first round. Character, that's why, I guess. Athleticism, football-wise, that dude's a flipping monster. Rape charge? Fuck no, bro. Hell no. You should have your ass beat somewhere. That's my opinion on that. Raiders are on the clock. Let's go, baby. I've been sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting, and we trade. Oh, shit. They picking ready. Let's go. Steve Wisniewski. It's got to be a lineman. You can't have Steve.
You guys are absolutely
You can't have Steve come out with it not be a lineman.
The privilege of representing some other amazing fans, that being Raider Nation. I was blessed to play 13 years with the Silver and Black, and the man who used to always make this pick is a Raider legend, an NFL Hall of Famer.
Don't
Willie
say
Brown.
Sanders, bro. Come on, you put the Trey Harris out there. Don't do that. Don't do that to us.
Was he wanted to give a heartfelt appreciation and thanks to all the mothers of the NFL community.
Nice.
It's 2 weeks till Mother's Day, and he always wished them an early Happy Mother's Day.
Hell
If you're
yeah.
a fan of the NFL, if you're a player in the NFL, if you're a coach in the NFL, you likely had a very supportive, encouraging
Shout out to all the
mom or
mothers.
mom figure that sacrificed to make that dream possible. Tonight, we have another dream being made. With the 58th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select
Jalen.
Jack Besh, wide receiver, Texas Christian. Just win, baby.
Jack Besh. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad at that at all.
Started his career at LSU.
That was
Tremendous player at TCU.
damn.
You see his family reacting out
Damn.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay.
This coming just mere months after
Okay.
the loss of his older brother Tiger and the terrorist attacks in the early morning hours in New Orleans. And you saw it in the Senior Bowl.
I might be able to play lovely.
Just win, baby. Jack Besh. Welcome to the Raider Nation, boy. The man had a hell of a catch. Wore number 7. His brother died. Was killed in the nonsense in New Orleans. So, you know, prayers to his family and his brother and shit. But Jack Besh is a dog, dude. An absolute dog. I was not expecting him to go in the second round. I definitely was not expecting him to go to the Raiders. But when you look at everything Spytek has said about character, how they love people's story, there is no better story in college football right now than Jack Besh. I mean, the dude wore number 7 for his brother. He played in the Senior Bowl. His brother wore number 7. He caught a touchdown with 7 seconds left in the game to win the game by 7, I think. Like, you know, hell of a story, bro. Hell of a story. Hell of a draft pick. I'm not mad at that at all. Dude is a dog. When it comes to 50-50 balls, the man says he catches 75-25. He said there's no such thing as a 50-50 ball. It's 75-25. He says he's coming down with everything. Everything. Senior Bowl most valuable player. 1,000 catches. 4th most in TCU history. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. So I guess it's not going to be Jalen Noel. I really, really thought when they said TCU. Oh, I wasn't thinking. I seen the J before the TCU, and I was thinking Jalen Noel. I was like, oh, it's got to be Jalen Noel. This is scary, bro. Scary. They gonna put my boy Jahdae Barron. Well, he's not my boy no more. I'm gonna stop saying that. He's a Bronco. That dude. Not his fault he got drafted there, but Jahdae Barron is gonna be put to work right off the bat. You got Jack Beck. You got Brock Bowers. You got Jacoby Myers. Yeah, they might have one of the best defensive corner rooms of all time right now. But damn. Yeah, I was hoping Trey Amos, Siobhan Revell Jr. But who knows? It's the Raiders. We could trade back up. Don't we have one more pick in this round? You pick at 68. That's the next round. Damn. Yeah, Siobhan Revelle would have been nasty. And I'm starting to think they like Zaw Frazier. You know, they brought him in for a visit. Who else did they bring in for a visit? I'm trying to think of. Oh, Noah Williams. You know, my guy at a Cal, who led college football in interceptions last year. So maybe we're going, you know, stacking those fourth round picks. We have 3 thirds, 2 fourths. Oh shit. Okay, that's even better. All right, I'm good with that. That makes the Jack Beck pick even better, bro. Dude, Jack Beck is a dog, dude. It's a steal, really, really. Some had him projected 3rd round. I mean, to get him that late in the second, with his size, not the fastest guy in the world, but like you said, he's gonna do all the dirty work. He's a Jacoby Myers, right? He's gonna block. He's gonna be dominant in the run game, bro. In the run game, Jack Beck is he's gonna maul people in the run game. Those corners and linebackers don't have a chance against this dude. So, run game wise, yes, very, very smart move. Passing game wise, like you said, you can put him at the X, you can put him at the Y. With his physicality and toughness, you can probably put him at fullback, like Michael Mayer. Like we got like 4 fullbacks on the squad now. That's what I'm feeling. 4 fullbacks in the building. Those people being mad at Jack Beck know nothing about football, right? I don't know who's mad. That it didn't sound really loud in the stadium. They didn't show the Raiders shit, but I was just surprised, bro. I really thought it was Jalen Noel as soon as I seen the J come up. And that's, you know, dude, absolute steal. Absolute steal. We have dogs on this wide receiver core, top to bottom. I mean, Jacoby, now Jack Beck, Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers. Nasty. And big dudes too, right? Big dudes. We have size on the outside. We finally have a guy that can go up and make those, you know, like I said, they're not 50-50 balls with him. He says they're, 75-25. So he's going to win a bunch of those jump balls. He's going to help Geno with his interceptions. You know, those interceptions are going to go down with Jack Beck being in the building. He's not going to drop a lot of passes. He's gonna win a lot of those matches and dominate like he did in college, I think, in my opinion. Chef in the building, what's good? Austin Rogers, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. I hope you have a good live, sir. Going to get a yogurt by the water for my birthday. Happy birthday, everybody in the building. Wish Hawaiian Candy a happy birthday. Means the world to me. Put Zamir White at fullback. You know, that's what my son Austin was saying. And I've been kind of alluding to that too. Zamir White would be nasty at fullback, right? He's got the size. He's got the speed. And, you know, I was talking to my son about it on the phone last night. I told him to go, you know, because he's only 20-something years old. I'm just kidding. But I told him to go watch film on, you know, Zach Crockett as fullback, right? Remember we had Zach Crockett, Charlie Gardner. Did we have Tyrone Wheatley then also? So, yeah, bro, that would be a nasty backfield. If you got that man, you know, running a 4.3, 4.4 40 out of the fullback position that can catch the ball. I was gonna say tackle. He could probably tackle people too. You know, that can catch the ball out of the backfield, that can make plays. Doesn't have to have, you know, his vision. We don't need him in the backfield, right? as running back, we have 2-3 guys that I believe could take that spot, whether it's third down and you're, going out for a pass or pass pro. I believe we're going to swap that shit up a little bit. So, yeah, bro. I'm thinking Zach Crockett style. Why can I ever forget? Why do I always... what's the other fullback we have? That's on NFL Network or whatever. The hell. I hate getting old. But yeah, the Raiders of market. Damn, it was just at the tip of my tongue. Shit. Yeah, I was just gonna say it. Marcel Reese, right? Is that it, Marcel Reese? Yeah. Richie Garner. Golly, you remember Rich? You remember Rich? Every game right here was bleeding, right? Some of y'all ain't old enough to remember that shit. Every single game, dude, his helmet was cracking fools. Cracking. He was bleeding in his nose right here every game. That dude probably has the biggest scar right there, bro. You remember that shit? Yeah, see, my boy knows. He's like, yup. That dude probably has the nastiest scar. Like, I haven't seen that dude in a long time, but he probably got like a nasty scar right there, because, man, every game, boy, was bleeding. Just blood rushing down his face, scab peeled off. Like, that shit was wild, dude. Absolutely wild. Who just got picked? Mike Green. Ooh, to the Ravens. Damn. Everybody's getting better, bro. The talent that these guys are getting in the second round that's going to fall to the third round is nasty. It's nasty, dude. I'm telling you. Shit is scary. All the NFL. Yeah, Big Mike Mayer as well. You put him in at fullback. Like, man, with his size, he's moving linebackers. He's moving tackles. That dude's moving anybody. So, the sky is the limit for what Chip Kelly could run with this offense, really. It really is, in my opinion. There's so many weapons right now. So many weapons. So many guys that you can use in so many different positions. We don't have just an X receiver, right? We have an X receiver that could play X, tight end, fullback, slot. We don't just have a tight end. We have a tight end that could play tight end, fullback, probably running back, slot, X, Y. It doesn't matter, right? We don't just have a number 2 receiver. We have a number 2 receiver that could be a number 1. He could even play tight end. Like, I've seen him just clean the clock of linebackers. Just murder safeties trying to come in on a blitz. So we have dudes that are dogs, and not just the position they're, paid to play. Like, they're all around athletes that are nasty, bro. They ain't scared. They ain't afraid to get dirty. I was gonna say scared. Fucking ain't even a word, scared. We're going to get a quarterback, but who? Riley fucking Leonard, dude. Riley Leonard, let's go. Riley Leonard. That's what I'm calling. Who are the Broncos selecting? I'm calling it, bro. If they take Riley Leonard, I'm not going to be mad at it. If they take Will Howard, I'm not going to be mad at it. Will Howard impressed the shit out of me on the Gruden thing. Y'all see my videos, like, even more than Riley Leonard. I'm not going to lie. I was very surprised. I thought Riley Leonard, to me, has the most potential out of everybody in this draft. The dude can run. He's fast. He's athletic as hell. The dude could do 360 dunks in high school, was doing windmills between his legs in basketball games. That's athleticism that you can't teach, and you can't fix, right? So when you have athleticism like that, you can become a damn good quarterback. He reads defenses. He's pretty good at pre-snap. He just was never asked to do a lot. And we've seen, if you haven't watched the film, go watch John Gruden, Riley Leonard. The dude picks up information very, very fast. And the only one I seen, it was faster than Dart, who got drafted in the first round. Will Howard was the only one I seen Gruden do that, process information, faster. So I believe Riley Leonard is a dog, dude. I'm telling you. And watch. Monday, don't forget, Monday, pull up. We are going to break it down. All the picks that I had listed, where they went. And we're going to keep a receipt. Because next year at this time on the draft, we're going to break down the picks I had, some picks some other people had. Yes, I kept receipts. And we're going to see where these guys ended up and, evaluation. Doesn't matter what team they played for or no shit like that.
I gotta jump when you say jump.
But how much they contributed to their team at the end of the year, right? That's what I want to know. So, I think I had a lot of picks that were, if we would have just picked these guys, they would have helped this team. And they're going to help a lot of other teams. Like, right? I did a lot of damn homework, a lot of research, a lot of tape watching, a lot of tape watching. And there's still some sleepers out there that are still to come. I will have a list tomorrow of who I think is best for this Raiders 4th, 5th round. Because we still got a lot of picks. We got, 3, 4, 6 rounds now? Bro, crazy. Conley Jr. is still there? They should have took him. I like Donovan Jackson, bro. Yes. Where did he go to? Somebody just picked him, didn't they? Oh, Conley went to the Commanders. Damn. The Commanders are going to be wild, bro. If that team is not in the Super Bowl next year, I will be very surprised. And it has to be because of injuries. I just don't see how they don't make the playoffs and battle for that Super Bowl spot. Like, that team is right there. And they're just getting better. Getting better by the second. I can't believe Conley fell that late in the second, though. So most of these tackles are gone. I don't know which way the Raiders are going, really. I like Trey Amos. Why does it keep stopping? Damn it. We're running out of positions. Oh, to the Vikings. That's right. Donovan Jackson to the Vikings is... That's a damn good pick. That's a damn good pick. They really need somebody that can protect their quarterback, right? They decided to go with... rookie or second-year quarterback. A quarterback coming off of a huge injury. Like, these are big things you got to deal with and worry about. What the hell you doing out here, sis? Shit, I gotta go outside. So overall, man, we got 2 weapons for Gino. Come out here inside. It's nice and cool out here. Welcome to beautiful Arizona. That's my house across the street. I'm just kidding. I wish it was a fucking mansion. But man, we got weapons, right? What we needed. Gino's protection in the backfield. We got Gino protection on the sideline, in the slot. What does this mean for Trey Tucker? Let me know in the comments. What y'all think it means for Trey Tuck to be, Jack Beck's gonna play a lot of slot. Jacoby Myers gonna play a lot of slot. Brock Bowers gonna play a lot of slot. Is this cut down on his reps? Where's Arnie Garza? Arnie, who did the Raiders release today? We could get Jared Wilson, center from Georgia, and Powers that can play guard. Trey Tucker better move to special teams now. It doesn't look good for Trey Tucker. I'm telling you, bro. It's not looking good for my man. I don't think they're very. I don't think they're as high as on Trey Tucker as the rest of the Raider Nation. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like that. What? I'm trying to light this Jeter in a windstorm. But yeah, dude's got his work cut out for him. The Chiefs got the nastiest. I think one of the best offensive linemen, dude. I had that dude ranked top, top 3 or 4 in my opinion. I really like the Arianti Esmere, but is Charles Grant still on the board? Because if Charles Grant is on the board, the Raiders got to pull the plug on this dude with the next pick if he's still there. We pick 68 now? 68? Damn. Yeah, so Trey Tucker got his work cut out for him. Arnie Garza's not answering me. Everybody left. I don't know where everybody went. But I need to figure out who the Raiders released today, man, because that's a big telling sign of who the hell we're going to draft, right? Who do we release? I got to know who we let go. Did my internet just cussed out? I got to know who we let go. Where's my mods in the building? My guy Greg Lira. Should make you a mod. You always in the building. Wait, I can make Austin a mod. Add his mod. Boom. There we go. Chef in the building. Damn. I need to work this channel. I need more colors in here. Everybody's got one name. Cornerback MJ Davonshire, wide receiver Romel Keaton. What? Defensive back Tyler Manow. Jackson Mitchell and running back Isaiah Spiller. Whoa. Damn. So MJ Davonshire is done? That's horrible, bro. That is horrible. Holy shit. So the Raiders have released MJ Davonshire. Dude, that made me cry. No, I'm just kidding. I got tears in my eyes. They released Davonshire. No, I'm just fucking with you. That smoke sucks in the eyeball. Jesus. So MJ Davonshire, our 7th round, or was it the 6th round? 6th or 7th round pick last year. I guess just never really flashed, but I guess they're done with that shit. He ain't showing I thought that was my ear. I was gonna say, damn. He ain't showing no potential, I guess. Was hurt most of the year. Never got on the field. But I don't know what you expect from a 7th round pick. I mean, that's crazy, dude. What do you expect from that dude? Add there too, shit. Make my whole damn chat mods. I don't know what you expect from a guy like MJ Davonshire. He has shitty guys in front of him. Never really got a chance, in my opinion. But they're big on character, right? They're big on character. Maybe the dude wasn't showing up on time. I liked his interviews. You know, I liked what the kid had to say. I thought he had, you know, showed class, showed good character. Maybe it's work ethic. I don't know, but that I'm really surprised at the MJ Devonshire. And then to get to the next one, Ramel Keaton. Ramel Keaton in Texas was a killer, bro. Man, the dude has good get off. He runs pretty clean routes, and maybe he wasn't progressing, but he runs damn good routes. He's a big receiver, 6'2", strong. Had pretty good athletic numbers at the combine, I do believe, the year before. Man, I don't know. So, but MJ Devonshire being gone definitely says one of these picks coming up very, very soon is going to be a corner, which it should have been, in my opinion, like shit last round. We needed a top corner, and the only way you get a top corner is second round. First round, second round. We didn't get one in the first. Obviously, we could have traded back up and got one. We could have, you know, stayed where we were, which I'm not mad. I'm not mad with the picks we have. But we could have stayed put and took a top corner, or took one, you know, instead of Jack Beck. I wouldn't have been mad at Trey Amos at that spot, or Siobhan Rebel definitely at that spot. But fuck, bro, that's a lot of people to be cut. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys we have to replace. Our roster was only sitting at 70, I do believe. So that puts us at like 64. And we got to be to 91 by camp. Damn. Looks like it's going to be a crazy, crazy, wild couple days after the after this draft is over, in my opinion. June 1st. June 1st is going to be wild. There's going to be a lot of players getting cut because of draft, you know, the draft guys that came in and took their jobs. Yeah, shout out to Greg Lira and Austin for dropping the knowledge and keeping it real in here, since I couldn't pull that shit up. Defensive tackle, I don't, you know, Tyler Manoa, didn't see much of him, but when he was out there, didn't look too bad, bro. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. Linebacker Kanai Muaga, wasn't that the international player? That makes no sense to me, unless they have another international player they're going to bring in to fill that spot. But now we're another linebacker short, which we do have like 7 or 8 linebackers on the roster right now. So I'm not mad at that. Jackson Mitchell, I don't know shit about. I'm not gonna lie. That was the one dude I didn't really know. And then Isaiah Spiller, that kind of sucks because he was just on somebody's YouTube the other day talking about how he loved playing for the Raiders. But he also made the mistake of saying when he didn't know the play when he was on the field, he had to ask Aiden O'Connell. And to me, if you don't know the play, you shouldn't be on the field. And you probably shouldn't have said that out loud. He had clown Jack Jones mentoring him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hear that 100%. Thanks for the mod status. You good. You know, gotta take care of my people that always show up to watch, because it's not a lot. but I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for being here, as always. Ravel is still there, would be nice. Whenever you get a chance, GMS and HC, that type of shit gonna happen. Oh, whenever you change GMs and head coach, I got you. Yeah. I was kind of questioning how many guys that were drafted last year were going to stay here, but I think a lot of the guys that were drafted earned their spot. You know, Tommy Eichenberg is a question. We don't know. That's a big, huge question. He wasn't great for a 5th round pick when he was in there. So unless that dude comes out and beats the dog that Hondo Carpenter believes he's going to be, like, I don't know. He could be gone also. So lot of shit going on. Spillers make sense. Oh, absolutely makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if Sincere McCormick and the other running back that they have that I don't know his name. I wouldn't be surprised if both of those dudes are next because this regime keeps preaching that, you know, availability is the best ability, and every regime preaches that. 3 years in the NFL for Sincere McCormick, constantly injured, it's just not a great look, right? So sucks for him. Hopefully he had a killer offseason in camp, and the dude could get, you know, healthy and stay on the field, get his opportunity. Because I've been one of the, you know, a big advocate for Sincere McCormick. I really think the dude has a chance in the NFL. He has great wiggle. He has good vision. He has good speed. You know, he's that small little bulky dude. Good Lord. That's old. Hey, so for anybody that questions how long Raiders Rebel been a Raiders fan, look at that shit. What's that say right there? LA Raiders. Well, I was like, what, 15?
I was like 5.
With that LA Raiders hat. Damn. Sissy bringing out memories, but I had to pull that up. Always been rocking with the Raiders. Nobody else. Never, ever.
Yeah. You're more than 15.
Like 5?
Or 15, yeah.
So like 15?
17 or something?
No,
10 years
not
difference?
7 right
Wait.
there.
You were
But anyway,
We're 10 years apart. So if I was 5, he was 15.
Nasty, they got safety from Texas.
He
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
Raiders.
What's it say?
Los Angeles Raiders.
Oh, Los Angeles, yeah.
So I tell him, man, shit, I've been a Raider fan my whole life. I got proof. Got proof.
I was a kid, and this is what I did.
We will own the 3rd round. I mean, with 3 picks, if we don't own the 3rd round, that's bad. That's bad, bro. That looks really bad. So yeah, I hope we dominate the 3rd round. But how much talent is really left? I gotta do my homework real quick. Who's left on the board? Do you ever go to LA Raider games? I used to drive down from Woodland, California to LA. I've been to a couple when I was younger. The one I went to was like that really stands out was Seattle, LA in the playoffs when Seattle was still in our division. Yes, I'm showing my age. Trying to get this fucking draft back on. But man, there's saw Bo Jackson play against Cincinnati. That was the Seattle game, I think, the playoff game. Bo and Brian Bosworth. I don't think it was the game he got hurt. Maybe it was the game he got. But yeah, I didn't get to go to many as a kid. I did go to every signing they had, every live event they had. You know, I had autographs from shit, I don't know how old that burnt up in my house, but you know, shit I can never get back that I would love to get back. If I could list the autographs that I lost in storage because of mother or house fires, Jesus. But yeah, you know, practices all the time. The Eagles are just nasty, bro. They got the best linebacker in the draft. Not even close. I mean, there's not even a question if they got the best linebacker in the draft. And they pulled him at 31, bro. They moved up one spot to get the best linebacker in the draft. How do you have that much luck? Philadelphia is just, man, Call it good, but you got to have some kind of luck. You just can't. Glad Raider was good. Appreciate you pulling up. You think the Browns? I don't think they're gonna get Sanders. If they were gonna, I don't think anybody's gonna pick him right now, bro. I don't see him going anywhere. Now you, third, fourth round, you have to take a chance. Somebody might take a chance in a second. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, the Chiefs, they got a killer offensive lineman at 32. I had, like I said, third best offensive lineman. If he wasn't hurt and got to play the full year in Ohio, dude, he would have killed it. He would have been a first round pick, top 10 probably, top 5. They picked him up at 32. That's cold. That's cold. That's cool. When the Raiders played the Rams, at Grattan was coaching in the preseason. It went down, just last memory of the Raiders playing at the Coliseum. Yeah, got a bunch of those memories. I only been to, I think, 2 at the Coliseum. I say we take Sanders in the 3rd or one of the QBs. Jackson, so he's with Hunter. I don't know if we go QB this early. With Tyler Shuck going in a second like that, they could possibly go that early, but I don't know if there's going to be a run that early yet. Why is this shit working? Howard or Leonard. If we get Riley Leonard in the 5th round, that's the best draft pick in this draft from any team. I don't care, bro. Like, value-wise, you get a quarterback that could very easily be a starter in the NFL if he sits for a year. If he sits for 2, the sky is the limit for that kid. Like, I really have him comp to Josh Allen. I'm telling you. His mobility, his tenacity, his toughness, his competitiveness, the way he processes information. You could give the kid 4 plays at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to read the defense, the linebacker, the safety, know what everybody's doing, and change the play accordingly. That's invaluable in the NFL. Like, Riley Leonard is that dude. And, Will Howard showed the exact same thing, bro. Will Howard was impressed the shit out of me in that Juden shit. Pick revealed. Hold up. Why did it say pick revealed? Sanders is right there. Sanders is right there again, and Rebel. Fanning Jr. from the Browns. Yeah, I have it on NFL Network, but NFL Network is way behind the tablet. But then the tablet stopped. So I did have the pick before y'all, but now I'm behind. Someone stole my remote. Damn it. On the clock is the Raiders. Why is my shit so far behind? Harold Fanning Jr. is the pick. My shit is way behind. You just said that like a minute ago. Alright, I gotta do something. I gotta catch up. Catch up like some mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Catch up like some mustard.
Relish in it.
Relish in it.
Relish is gross, but
Relish is gross, bro.
I don't like this stuff.
Okay, Darian Porter. Darian Porter? I love this. I love this. 6'2", 195.
With just that size, length, speed, he's a little
Hell yes.
so the way he's going to show up, those issues going to show up at times versus smaller
Let's rock.
receivers, but you want a big
Let's get to camp.
who can get after
Let's get dirty.
physical and tough as a tackler. You have to be able
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes.
This is a former wide receiver who's also a fantastic special teams player. He's going to block some
Genty, Beck, and Porter, first three, all day one starters.
took a long time to crack the line.
All day one starters.
Teams play. He's got to learn that, Joel. He's got to
Rated Ryan, what's good? Appreciate you dropping in, my guy.
out on the corner, a little bit different footwork, but the beauty
That's a huge pickup.
is he's only played 7 games.
Huge, huge pickup.
You're not breaking a lot of bad habits. You're going ahead and really getting the guys kind of raw.
And look out, not only DCAM, but look at Jacorian Bennett, bro. Look out Jacorian Bennett. This dude is going to battle for that spot. If we get another corner, it's going to be a battle in that camp. Oh, we got Eric Jones. Forgot about that. There's going to be some battles in camp for sure. And we got bigger, which, pause if necessary. We got bigger at the corner position. I was like not loving it right on Porter, but a Pete Carroll pick, understandable. I would have rather had Trey Amos, I'm not going to lie. But his tackling, I believe, is better. The speed is up there, the size. He's got good hip movement. Again, he used to play wide receiver. When you get those guys, you know, we all know, right? Who I'm going to say? You get those guys that used to play one position under a Pete Carroll. Yeah, Siobhan Ravel, I think it's that ACL, bro. They're worried about it. But his speed is, you know, recovering ability. The way he reads the quarterback, his vision, he could see, you know, he don't have to be completely looked back at the quarterback. He could just barely be like half and see him out the corner of his eye and know which way the ball's going and shit. The guy's got very good vision. But I agree. Siobhan Ravel would have been probably a better pick here. Damn. Kyle Williams off the board. All right, I'm not mad at that. We got a corner. Who we got next? We still got one more pick. We just got 6'4" corner that runs a 4.3. Somebody, whoever just messaged me, is off. He's 6'2". And he ran 4.4, I believe. Or maybe it was 4.39, I think. 4.39, bro, with that Jacorian Bennett on the other side. We have a former and Eric Stokes, former first-round pick. Azari Thomas. He was injured last year also. And I think those guys had one more year of eligibility. And I believe the Raiders are just trying to make a statement, maybe possibly with guys like Ravel and Thomas. You know, maybe you should have stayed in school and got that. Because if you look at the stats the year before, they're damn good. That's why they were ranked where they were ranked. Some people had Chevelle going in the first round. I did. I clearly had Chevelle a first round cornerback. Easily. I think I had him third, but I really do believe, like, I don't have my notes there in the bedroom or somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I had Ravel. I did a video on it, or I did a live where I had him third or fourth best corner. I had him above Travis Hunter, which people gave me, talked a little bit of shit about. I just seen Travis Hunter get beat by a lot of bigger, stronger, physical guys. Siobhan Revel, I didn't, right? I didn't see him get beat, no matter what the size was. Isaac Tesla off the board. Damn it. Oh. Shout out to my woo Pig Suey. That's a hell of a pickup. Golly, that dude's gonna contribute right off the jump in Detroit. Damn, you got St. Brown over there. You got St. Brown with Isaac Tesla, 6'4", runs a 4.4 40. Crazy hands, like damn. 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns in his career at Arkansas. Could have been better if they didn't have Taylon Green last year, who I think ran the ball way more than he should have. I really wanted to see what he could do with his arm. So yeah, he's definitely that Laporta type dude, 6'4". He can play tight end, but he's light in the hips, light in the butt. Got to put on some pounds. Same with Andrew Armstrong, the receiver from Arkansas. Kid put up crazy numbers. They could have had better production, but when you got Tesla, when you got 3 running backs, it's hard to get you the ball. When you got a quarterback that runs the ball almost every other play on RPO or read options or, play action, it's hard for those guys to have the numbers or the productions that they want to see from them. But Isaac Tesla is a steal. And every mock draft I've seen had him going 4th, 5th round. Like, we're still in the 2nd round, bro. Are we in 3rd? Oh, 3rd round. Still, that's pretty high. I believe he's worth it. One thing Raiders front office is doing is addressing our draft needs. Yeah, I will say that. Running back was a huge need. Receiver, I would have liked to see probably, like I said, Siobhan Revel or one of those top corners, Amos. But I'm not mad the way they went. If they believe in Jack Beck enough to draft him that high in the 2nd round, I'm all in. I really thought he was a 3rd or 4th round pick, just because the production wasn't there the whole time. But again, like I said, the story wise, so hell of a pick. Darius Porter is a guy that's going to come out and play, bro. He's going to contribute. I still see us going and getting a free agent because we are young. Like, Jacorian Bennett is like our old, besides Eric Stokes, Jacorian Bennett's, I think, our 2nd oldest corner at 22, 23. We definitely need some veterans in the back. Like, we got to get some dudes back there, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I really thought, like I said, corner or tackle in the 2nd after we got Genty. But they've talked about how much they believe in this offensive line, right? We've heard Spytek, we've heard Pete Carroll say, they have faith in this offensive line. They're young. They're going to change system, probably not too much. But the scheme up front is definitely going to be different. I would love, like I said, I'd love to see a lot more power scheme, especially in 12 personnel. I don't want to see 12 personnel zone schemes. Like, if you got 12 personnel, just run people over, right? Man on man. If they're only rushing 4, then that's fine. You can double dudes, but there are some good safeties on the board. Spytek is doing a terrible job other than Genty. What? I'm disgusted. Gonna go watch the Lakers. I'm missing a Lakers game? Damn, I have to go do that too. Oh, fuck. Damn, Lawrence, you rough on him. You don't like... So, let me ask you, who would you have taken in the second? We have 3 third-round picks. We have 2 fourth-round picks. We only had 1 third and 1 fourth. We have 3 in the third. That's 2 good numbers, 3 and 3. I really like that. We don't know who we're going to get out of that, but they're going to be players, right? If we've listened to anything Spytek and Pete Carroll have said, the one thing they have preached is they want competitive players. They want guys that want to play football. And maybe some of the guys that we thought, you know, should have been drafted earlier are those guys. But I don't know, bro. Like, 3 third-round picks and 2 fourths, I think is going to help this team a lot. And I don't know who we could have picked in the second better. I mean, I would have loved to get Jalen Higgins, wide receiver. That would have been a great pick, but I'm not mad with Jack Beck. I would have really loved to get, you know, Trey Amos or Nick Eamon-Wari would have been my pick right off the bat, bro. Nick Eamon-Wari. I would have moved up to take him 33rd overall in a heartbeat. But I have faith in this organization. I have faith in this franchise. I have faith in what they're doing right now and the way they're going. They're bringing in character, strong dudes. Dudes that love football. We haven't had that. We've drafted talent. We've drafted big names. We've drafted guys that, you know, were studs in college and get to the NFL and play like ballerinas, like, because of their character, because of their practice issues. Landon Jackson to the Bills. Damn. Well, shout out Landon Jackson. Let's go, Woo Pig. Got a lot of Razorbacks to be watching. Damn. The Buffalo Bills have just got scary, bro. Scary. The one thing they've needed more than anything the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years is an edge rusher. This dude is 6'7", 365 pounds. That is going to murder people in the NFL. I tried to tell everybody, do not draft Will Campbell. Not that he's not going to be that dude. But just what I seen Landon Jackson do to him, I try to tell everybody, do not draft Mimbu at 6. He's not worth it. Just because what I seen Landon Jackson do to him. And Landon Jackson, what I seen do to the Ole Miss tackle, like, Landon Jackson worked some people last year. He had a pretty damn good year. And I think he was playing the injured part of the year because he got hurt, missed part of a game, but then came back the next week. So I don't know if he was actually 100%, but his production numbers are there. Like, he had another dog on the other side of him. So shout out to the Razorbacks and shout out to the Buffalo Bills selecting talent and position of need, because usually they don't. They go with best man available. I don't know if he was best man available, but I know he was probably best man for their team. Landon Jackson is a freak, dude. 4'6", 840 at 265 pounds. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Yeah, Landon would have been great for us. Landon would have been great for us. So we're done, right? We got one more pick, or we're done? Done for the second? I feel good. I feel good. I think we got 3 starters in the first 2 rounds, and we could possibly have more on the way. More on the way. You still live? Hey, I'm on the water right now. Sweet. Are you walking on water like Jesus? Are you just floating on the water? What are you doing on the water? 68 and 69. Oh, yeah, we got 3 in the third, you said, right? We coming away good today. We coming away good today. $68. Oh, we got back to back. Oh, back to back. That's got to be the. That's got to be the knockout punch of this draft. We cannot fail at 2 picks back to back. We have to clean house there. We have to absolutely murder it. We had to murder it. We had to murder it. That's killer, bro. I wonder how Sandler's family is acting like right now. That's messed up. To the 4th? That's wild, bro. Character, man. Character. Don't let your ego overrun your talent. And you make Christians look bad, bro. All this talk about faith in God and, you know, faith in their Savior, and then you have character like that where you're arrogant, you're ever better than everybody. Doesn't the Bible say humble yourself? Like, be humble? I don't know. Makes no sense to me. He should not fall this far. I'm not gonna lie. There's something going on. Like, even character issues, you still take a chance, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, we're in the 3rd right now. The Broncos, what, pick 74? Oh. Sad day, man. Sad day for the Sanders family. He talked all that shit about my son's going to be a #1 pick. He's going to turn a franchise around, which he could still do. But damn, do you see all the money they spent to have that party? Like, they got dudes dancing with little glass pieces like on their suits and shit. They went all out. But at least he wasn't like Jalen Milroe, right? Didn't he show up yesterday and not get picked? That's bad. That's bad. Man, I feel for the kid, dude. I really do. Like, and again, as a father, I can't do nothing but blame his father. Like, your character issues are only how you let your son be, you know? How you raise your kid, like. But to let him believe that he's the best? Come on. Like, ask my kid, bro. I would have never been like, nah, you got to work on that shit. You got to work. Don't get a big head. Like, hell no. You can't ever let them believe, like, they're the greatest. They're better than everybody else. Like, that's, I mean, I don't know. Not to me. So Sanders, Jalen Noel, Caleb Johnson, running back. Noel Williams, Cal. I love that dude. Still on the board. Who the Broncos go here? They've been cleaning up also. Cleaning up. Father and son drama in the league. It's that too, you know. Nobody wants to deal with if he does play and it's not good, right? It's the coach's fault. It's the offensive coordinator's fault. It's going to be everybody's fault but Shador's. Like, our second thought, Vegas might not be in a good spot for him with the nightlife, the party life. I want Howard. Now Howard by the name. Well, he's not a partier, bro. He's not. He's never been in trouble. You know, the kid's never done no stupid shit. He's never been driving in, 120 miles, 30 miles an hour in the fast ass cars he's got. He's never been dragged through the mud. Like, he's never done no stupid shit. It's just when he got to the NFL and started interviewing with coaches and GMs. And before that, even at the combine, the fact that you didn't show up at the combine, that you didn't run the 40, a lot of that shit matters to a lot of people. And I know Cam Ward didn't do the same thing, but there was already talk of him being number one. There was very little talk, Some people had Shador going 6 to the Raiders, and it was a lock, right? Because of the Tom Brady shit. When Tom Brady passes on him, I think that said everything to the NFL that everybody needed to know, in my opinion, right? The guy that mentored him, the guy that he said he calls when he has problems. He goes back and watches the film, when he has shit to reference by. When the guy that trains you to be a quarterback doesn't pick you and has a chance to, not once, but twice, like 3 times, 4 times, and you're still on the board, I think that says everything the rest of the NFL needs to know about why he's still sitting, in my opinion. I'm a science major and had to work hard to get where I'm at in this period. Yeah, bro, like, everybody's got to work hard. You should have to. If you want anything in life, you should have to work hard. And that's the only thing I hate about, kids that are born into money. Is a lot of them are spoiled, right? They don't know what it's like to be told no. They not know what it's like to not get their way. They don't know what it's like to not have everything given to them. They have no idea what the value of a dollar is. Like, it's not your money, all right? You're giving a credit card at 13 years old with a $25,000 limit? I mean, come on. The fuck you gonna learn? Like, it's society, bro. It's the way we teach our kids. And it's not his fault that, he was put in that position. Daddy was gone playing football all the time, most of the time, a lot of the time. There's a lot of shit that goes into it, but damn. You can't go through life thinking you're better than anybody, because there's always somebody bigger, faster, stronger, better, smarter, somebody that's worked harder. And I thought it was kind of a dig by Cam Ward when he said, I'm very humble for this opportunity to be picked number one. I know what it's like to come from the bottom. Now, I don't know if that was a dig on anybody, but I think it was, a dude that struggled, got his shit out the mud. He was nobody. He earned his shit. He didn't have a daddy taking him from school to school with the best coaches, with the best players, the best, how you recruit a guy like Travis Hunter to Jackson State if you're not Deion Sanders? Come on, bro. You got people bitching because they're riding a bus to games, and dude gets to ride in his, $200,000 car and shit. It's like I said, it was the same shit, with Russell Wilson. You get your own office. Teammates aren't going to like that shit. Nobody wants to see a guy that maybe works as hard, but definitely a guy that doesn't work as hard, have privileges that nobody else on the team has. That's going to rub people the wrong way. And that's going to make people fucking, just have resentment for people and shit, in my opinion. Revell to the Cowboys is nasty. They're cleaning up also. The Panthers, everybody's cleaning up. This draft made a lot of teams better, bro. A lot of teams. Way better. How's Junkies? What's good? It's been a minute. Good to see you. Piersley Unamli. What am I on? What's up here? Siobhan Rebel to the Cowboys. The Panthers got Old Miss edge rusher, bro. Piersley, I don't even know how to say his name. Umanilian. Dude is a dog. Excuse me. That was rude. Kid is an absolute freak. I don't know how he's really how he fell this far, but this defensive line class is, you know, it's wild, bro. It's pretty deep. 17 Timberwolves. All right, man. How many more picks? We got any more picks in this round? I gotta go watch the Lakers. Wait, I can put it on right here. Somewhere. See if I can put this Lakers game on. Lakers game on. Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Lakers, T-Wolves. Steelers could take Sanders. Anybody that takes Sanders right now is getting an absolute steal. I mean, 100%. You from LA, an hour away? Hell yeah. Let's go Lakers. I like to see Lakers in 5, man. I would like to see Lakers in 5, but it's going to be 6. 5 would be nice, though.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want. Sleep Number does that. Eat the Sleep Number, find a cool smart bed.
But they kind of scare me, man. They started out hot in the last game, and then they kind of, you know, they kind of drifted a little bit. Fell off. So they let them come back into the end. Kind of scares me. Kind of scares me. I don't know what the game would be on. Three third-round picks, bro. That's crazy. Ooh, the Chiefs got no more Marion Lott. That is not good. That's no bueno. Damn. The AFC West is going to be cold, bro. In my opinion, it's been one of the, you know, it's always been the scariest division in football. The last couple years hasn't been quite as competitive. But it still is one of the scariest divisions in football. What is this Laker game? So who y'all think cleaned up the most from this draft so far? The Giants got Jackson Dart. Why would you take Shador? And I do believe they have, and they got Russell Wilson and the quarterback from Cleveland. That kid would never see the field. You know who You know who I would take if I was Miami? I would take Shador. You have Tua with the concussion thing. You don't know if that dude's going to be back or be able to play a full year. He's hurt all the time. If I was Miami, bro, I'd be trying to take Shador. Especially with that coach over there, you know, a young coach that might not, you know, be rubbed the wrong way so much by Shador. Kind of a younger dude, a little bit more, you know, hip than some of these younger coaches like Mike Tomlin, Pete Carroll, you know what I mean? Might have a better chance. That'd be a damn good fit in Miami. Shador Sanders throwing to Tyreek, to Waddle. They got a damn good running game. I think that'd be a hell of a fit. They in Minnesota tonight, might not be in there. Miami, Giants, or Saints. I heard the Saints don't want nothing to do with him. And I believe somebody that was talking shit on the reports on X was probably in the Saints building, whether it was the Saints GM, the Saints head coach. Because after the interview with Shador, they made it pretty known that they were not taking him. They were not taking him in the first. They were not taking him in the second. They were not taking him in the third. So the Saints are out. The Giants, they got 4 quarterbacks on their board right now. I don't think they have room for a Shador. Even this late. Damn, Jalen Noel goes to the Texans. That's scary. They cleaning up also. They got a good lineman. They're killing it. One of my favorite receivers in this draft, Jalen Noel. Iowa State. And Jaden Higgins, the other side. A lot of people say he's not an X, but I believe you can put him in the X. You can put him in the slot. You can line Jalen Noel up anywhere. That kid is going to be a problem. A big problem. Big problem. I don't know any places Shador could fall to. I mean, do a team like the Colts take a chance? Put him behind Anthony Richardson? Cleveland, they've passed on him I don't know how many times. But can you pass on the value anymore? I mean, we're late in the 3rd round. I don't believe you can pass on that value. Somebody's got to take a chance on him. Cincinnati's not. Tennessee's not. Pittsburgh might. I don't see Tampa Bay. I don't see New England. I don't see the Chargers, Green Bay, maybe Jacksonville. Jacksonville would make sense. I don't know who their backup is over there. I believe Shador Sanders is better than Trevor Lawrence. 1,000%, dude. I've never been a fan of Trevor Lawrence. I think he had one good year in college. He's had damn good teams around him since he's been drafted there. They've built teams around him, running backs. They had receivers. They had a defense. They let all those guys go. They got Brian Thomas Jr. I think Shador would be nasty at Jacksonville. It would give Trevor Lawrence competition, and he could possibly start day one there. The Ravens could be another spot. That's what I'm saying. Jacksonville with Travis Hunter, dude. Like, you already have his receiver there. Jacksonville would be a damn good spot for Shador to go right now. Like, and they pick in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They pick in 6 picks. So in 6 spots. Don't be surprised if Travis Hunter is on the phone saying, you got to get Shador, bro. Get me Shador. Get me Shador. Right? They just moved up to get this kid. How is he not saying, you know, go get my quarterback. Go get my quarterback. Lamar mentoring him would be good, but I think it's a totally different style. Lamar's mobile. He's athletic. Shador to me is not. Um, Lamar was a running quarterback that had to learn how to be a quarterback, right? He had to learn how to read defenses. He had to learn how to make the throws. He had to learn how to put timing on the ball, when to take timing, zip off the ball. Lamar had to learn a lot in the passing game. He was a runner, kind of like Jalen Milroe. I think Jalen Milroe would be a way better fit there because he's a damn good runner and he has to learn the passing game, in my opinion. I think Shador is, you know, his best assets are his quick release, you know, his quick decision making at the line of scrimmage. I think that would work. Dylan Fairchild. Damn, they got a damn good guard. The Bengals, Fairchild. That's a damn good guard right there. So the Tennessee Titans, oh, they're picking it up right now? What if the Titans took him? Compete with Cam Ward. Right? They're supposed to be buddies. They had that little competition going. I don't know. I'm just trying to find somewhere where Shador would fit in, and I don't see anywhere right now. It's kind of screwed up. Seattle would be a good spot. You know, he's kind of that Geno Smith type quarterback. I don't know who their backup is right now. I think Drew Lock or something. But that would be a good spot for him. You're in the third round. I mean, if you don't have a star number one backup quarterback that you believe can come in and win games from day one, and you're not taking Shador Sanders, there's something wrong with your head, or the kid is just the biggest dick on the planet that nobody wants to deal with. It's got to be one or the other. And like I said, from what I've seen from his interviews, it's a lot of I and no team. All I did was this with the subpar offensive line. All I did was this with one good receiver. You hear that shit? The dude said, oh, all I did was win games, you know, all I did was win 10 games with one solid receiver. How you gonna throw your other receivers under the bus like that? It's some bullshit, bro. Oh, I didn't have the greatest offensive line. We still won 10 games. Bro, that's some trash statements. Like, you can't make statements like that. Is Sanders better than AOC? Fuck no. No. I don't think so. I think he has more mobility. I think he's a little bit more athletic. Way more athletic. You know, he's not fast. They probably run about the same 40 time. But when it comes to decision making, when it comes to processing information, fuck no, dude. There's no way. There's no way. Aiden O'Connell is damn good. And he proved it. He's proved it every year. 4 different offensive coordinators, 2 coaches. The guy picks up the playbook, comes in, you know, gives us the best chance to win with no running game. Struggling offensive line. 1 weapon. Roth was good. So, you know, could Shador be better? Absolutely. Absolutely. He does have, you know, the upside because of the mobility. He does have, you know, a decent arm. He's damn good in the short passing game. But I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Aiden O'Connell got 2 years experience in the NFL. He knows the speed. He knows the level. And he's proved that even as a 4th round pick, he could play at this level. So, I don't see it. I don't see it. Then we got our backup already. We don't need him. I mean, I don't think we need him at all. I don't. I believe we have our backup that's going to that's gonna rumble some feathers in this offseason and make it rough for them to just be like, okay, this dude's the starter. Kevin Winston Jr. That is a nasty pickup for the Tennessee Titans. And I might have to eat some humble pie myself or some crow because I've gone on record as saying the Tennessee Titans could be back in the number one pick again fucking by selecting Cam Ward. And Kevin Winston Jr. is a great pick for them, dude. I'm not going to lie. That's their Cam Ward of the defense, right? He shores up that backfield tremendously. The kid is a dog, and to fall to the third round is crazy. But again, this just tells me that the Raiders have a whole lot of faith in Lonnie Johnson. They have a whole lot of faith in Eric Stokes. They got to have even way more faith in DeCamarion Richardson, Isaiah Palomau, because they're not touching safety. And I really thought with Nick Emanwari, Starks, which how did he fall to the third round, bro? That's just bad drafting like for that kid to fall to the third round. It's just nasty. I don't know how people judge their talent or do their boards, but to me that shit's crazy. Isn't Grant still on the board? A lot of people said this dude could be second round pick. Second round pick. We picked again already? No. Anthony Estrada, what's good, my guy? What's good? I think we're about to. But yeah, man, this draft has made a lot of teams better. And Spytek even said it himself, right? He can't believe how many teams have not reached for players, right? A lot of teams, and I contribute this to the analytics, the analytics in the NFL, all this new shit with AI, checking every single fact and stat that's going on in the NFL with these players and in college. These teams are getting, they're not taking bad picks. I don't see moving up for Travis Hunter being a great pick to me. I think that's wild. Just to take Mason Graham for Cleveland and to give up a first round pick, that's crazy. That dude has to, that puts a lot on his shoulders, in my opinion. But a lot of these teams that have been in the playoffs and been knocked out in the first round of the playoffs because they had shitty defense got really, really good in the last 2 days. I'm telling you, really, really good. So honestly, how do you feel throughout the whole draft already? You like what we picked? I'm happy with the picks. I think we shored up a lot of positions. We needed a guy that could play outside receiver. I believe Jack Beck is more of a slot guy, but with his size, he can still play on the outside. So he's going to give us, pretty much that T-Mac kind of style, right? You could throw the ball up. Jack Beck's going to go get it. Ashton Genty is a home run. It's an A+. It's, it's a triple A+. We couldn't have picked a better pick at that position in this draft, in my opinion. Even if Cam Ward was on the board, I would have still went Ashton Genty. I've had that dude as, the number one guy. And again, if he wasn't there, it was Jahdae Barron or Jahad Campbell, who fell to 32. Nick Emanwari, who fell to the second round. But yeah, I think we knocked it out of the park. I really do. Damn it. What's the corner that we just got? we got a corner with speed that can cover, that can tackle. I think we did all right. And we still have a lot of picks. right? We still have a lot of picks. $88 and $102. So yeah, I don't know where we're going right now with this pick, but I'm happy overall. I really would have liked a Siobhan Revel. I would have really loved Nick Eamon-Wari. I don't know how Pete Carroll passed on that guy. Maybe he didn't, see the traits that I seen. But I thought that was a can't miss pick for Pete Carroll, right? 6'3", 225 pounds, ran a 4.3, 840. How do you pass on a guy like that? So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I like the way it went. It probably didn't go the way I really thought when they took Genty that the second pick was going to be an offensive lineman to try to help him out. Shiloh might go undrafted. Shit, Shador might go undrafted. Shador could end up a UDFA. Just saying. We need to go on that LOL tomorrow. Protect 2 youngsters. And Bowers needs protection. We need to go on that LOL tomorrow to protect the 2 youngsters. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, O-line, I think I could see us, waiting. I could see us waiting until the 6th round. Spytek is damn good at picking O-linemen. And we've heard all the talk about how he loves to take, those big-time tackles from very small schools that nobody thinks is going to be starting tackles in the NFL and develop those guys. Noah Williams to the Chiefs. Damn, that hurts. Fuck. That's nasty, bro. Nasty work. Damn it. The Chiefs are killing it too. They are killing it. But I think Darian Porter is a better corner. I like Noah Williams. He has an eye for the ball. I think he had 7 interceptions last year. Led college football. That dude's a freak. And shout out to Andy Reid, bro, and those scouts and that coaching staff. That they're in the position they're in every year because of that coaching staff. They develop players. They're one of the best when it comes to developing guys. All right, 2 picks away, right? 2 picks away. $88 and $102. That's a long ways. Damn. Xavier Watts still on the board? That's a good pick. Who the Chargers gonna pick? They've cleaned up too, man. They've got better and better and better. Oh, 98 and 99. Oh, 88 and 102 are Jacksonville. I can't read. I can't read. I keep forgetting. I don't know. Write that shit down. 98, 99. Back to back. We can't miss right there. I'm telling you. That has to be 2 studs. If we get 2 guys day 1 starters at a 98 and 99, Man.
With the 86th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Jamari Caldwell, D-tackle, Oregon.
Oh my goodness.
And there is a big man again, someone.
Damn.
A little more athleticism when we got to the Senior Bowl too. He's playing next to Derek Harmon, and a lot of folks.
That's crazy. If we can get Chris Paul Jr. right here at 98, I think that would be a steal. My man killed it at Arkansas. He goes to Ole Miss, kills it there too. Chris Paul Jr., you know, he can rush the quarterback. He can stop the run. He's a damn good tackler. He's got that motor. He's aggressive. I think that'd be a killer pick right here, or coming up. You're glad it was not Farmer? Dude, Jameer Caldwell is nasty. Nasty, nasty. That dude is strong, powerful. And he's learning from one of the greatest to ever do it at the defensive line position right now. That's going to be bad. Raiders can get an OG coming up. I need a guard. We need a guard. I'm down with that. Farmer's speed and strength is good. Where do we go here? Linebacker? I think linebacker or offensive line has to be the spot. But again, I could really see us cleaning up in the 5th and 6th round with offensive linemen. Maybe going another receiver then, because we just let, you know, still can't believe we got rid of him, bro. Yeah, Xavier Watson is there. I don't know where we go here. I'm kind of at a loss. They fooled me with the last 2 picks. Well, they traded them, but they fooled the shit out of me. Where do we go now? I need to know who's on the board. That's the biggest. Right? Guns N' Roses. Where do we go now? Aye.
25 NFL Draft. The Green Bay Packers select. Hey, Savion Williams. Wide receiver. Texas Christian.
Holy fuck. Excuse my language, bro. So, Raiders Rebels predictions for next year. Green Bay Packers Super Bowl. I'm telling you. Holy shit, dude.
One of the more unique players. I guess I should just say.
You have Josh Jacobs. You have Jordan Love throwing the ball to Savion Williams, to Matthew Golden, to who the hell is there 2 receivers right now? I'm drawing a blank. I know dude struggled last year. That sucks, bro. I really like Savion. Matthew Golden, Anthony Belton, and Savion Williams. That is a hell of a first 3 rounds. That's killing it. You just got 2 of the top receivers in this draft. And a damn good tackle. Like, damn, bro. Josh Jacobs is smiling. He's like, damn, I'm so happy. Where is the Super Bowl this year? I do not know. Romeo Dobbs. Ooh. Look at this nasty, bro.
Here comes that tail of black, baby.
Jacksonville, take Shador. That's the best spot for him.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Khalid Ransall.
Damn. Khalid Ransall. Okay. Shador is not getting picked in this draft, bro. They are trying to humble the fuck out of this kid in the NFL. Somebody put the word out that this dude needs a reality check is what I'm getting. I mean, it has to be. So Shador Sanders, Wilson, Miles Frazier, Xavier Watts, Dylan Sampson. Why do they keep going so fast? That's who's kind of on the board left. Sam Fran, maybe? I don't know. They haven't announced it yet, have they? Poor Mel Kiper. Poor Mel Kiper. How do you still have a job, bro? How do you still have a job? I think I've selected. I think I hit on more players in this draft than Mel Kiper did this year. Levi Stadium.
I think in the right situations, surely as a player,
Okay.
he can be a productive starter in this
league. Okay.
That's why I graded him and ranked him where I did. Obviously,
that would be awesome, bro. I love it. I love it, Gladdy Raider. Time to go play on their turf. Yes. Let's go get a chip on their field. Absolutely nasty, dude. That would be sick. That'd be sick. And we're building up. We're building up.
Because you're right, this is not on the field. If this is just about his playing ability, he's going to be drafted by this point. So it's off the field. It's personality. It's fit with an organization.
Jags have back-to-back. It's Levi Stadium this year. Yeah, that'd be sick, bro. That'd be sick. Let's return the favor. Let's return the favor. Go Birds. What's up, Nathan Burton? Which birds? Falcons, Eagles, Ravens? What kind of bird you talking about? What kind of bird? Big Bird? Philly, of course. Shador? Damn, that's a... He's still on the board? Wyatt Milam was still on the board at 89? Bro, that's the third or fourth best guard in this draft, and it's not even close. That guy is a dog. He reminds me of Gray Zabel. It's one of those dudes that just doesn't give up until you pull him off. Like, he don't hear the whistle, which is a good and a bad thing. Yeah, Wyatt Milam that was my third best guard in this draft. And I had him like in my top 10, I do believe, an offensive lineman. Who are the Raiders hoping to get? I really don't know at this point, man. I'm hoping it's not Shador, but the more he falls, the more it's looking like if anybody's going to take a chance, it might be the silver and black. Embo would be nasty right now. That would be athleticism. Charles Grant, or what? George Grant, I believe is still on the board. William Mary, that would be the pick if it was me. If he's still on the board at 98, that's who I'm picking. You're getting a DJ Glaze. You're getting a guy in the third round that could easily come in and start if he has to. And possibly could win the job. I mean, really. The Rams would be a good spot too. I could see the Rams, if anybody can control, somebody's ego and silver gold spoon-fed shit, it would be Sean McVay, right? He's the quarterback whisperer. He gets the best out of every quarterback. Look what he did to Matthew Stafford. Sam Darnold went there for a year, goes to Minnesota, kills it.
How long are you gonna be alive, Jimmy?
I don't know. Rams and Browns. Oh, sorry. What do you think about the running back we pick? Ashton Genty? It's the best player in the draft, bro. It's not even close. Not even close. The biggest need in football is scoring touchdowns. If you can't score touchdowns in the NFL, you can't win games. This man scored more touchdowns in college football than anybody. Anybody. It wasn't even close. More yards after contact than anybody. Also, I've said this 100,000 times. The dude was hit 119 times behind the line of scrimmage and gained 1,200 yards. After being hit 119 times behind the line of scrimmage, turned that into 1,200 yards. So it's not his offensive line. It wasn't his O-line that did that shit. That's a stud. That's a dude that creates for himself. Yes, you need an offensive line to create holes, but he's gonna make holes. His vision, his speed, the ability to cut on a dime, the jump step, the hops, the ability to jump over people. This dude is a freak, man. He's a freak. It was the best pick in the draft. Better than Abdul, better than Travis Hunter, in my opinion. If I had the #1 pick overall and I was the Raiders, Ashton Genty would have been my guy. I'm 1,000%. If I was sitting at #1 and I could have had Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, I still would have took Ashton Genty. Just my opinion, bro. It's just my opinion. The dude has never been anybody like it. I'm not comparing him to Saquon, to Barry, to anybody. There has never been, in the 50 years I've watched football, I've never seen anybody like this kid, man. The ability to catch out of the backfield, the ability to make people miss, the ability to have people bounce off of him constantly. Dudes that are twice his size can't wrap him up and take him to the ground. Like, the kid is just special. Absolutely special. Heard that Sanders' favorite song is Right Now. What? What are you talking about? How do you Raiders? How do you Raiders think you're gonna do next year? We're in a tough division that just got better. My expectations aren't very high. However, I could see a scenario where we compete for a wild card. And if that happens, I could see us surprising some people in the playoffs. When you got an Ashton Genty, when you have a Brock Bowers, when you have a defense with Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, now Jeremy Chin, come on. It goes Malcolm Kuntz. The list goes on this defense. And if we get to a wild card, good luck beating this team in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. If we get there. If we get there. So my expectations is not playoffs, but I believe we can be up there to compete. And, you know, if we don't make the playoffs, I'm not mad at it. The division is hard. The AFC is rough. The AFC West is even tougher. They have their work cut out for them. But we have one of the best coaches in football. We have one of the best offensive coordinators who's been a head coach. Who's been there, done that. Lights out, show over. Good night.
Wrong switch.
And with Ashton Genty being that difference maker, I could see us being a problem. I could definitely see us being a problem. If we can get the best Geno Smith that doesn't, turn the ball over, we're going to be a problem. We're going to be a problem. I love this pick. Let's fucking go Raiders, right? Free falling Tom Petty. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong with you, bro. Cause I'm free. Free falling. Yeah, Shador, he dropping like an anchor off a fucking building, bro. I ain't gonna lie. My boy is dropping. At least he I hope he got a parachute. I'm just saying, cause he's falling. I don't know where the ground was. I just think it's funny, dude. Like the projections that people had for Shador, for this team, for the Raiders organization, whether it be commentators, whether it be fans, was absolutely wild to me, and I just could never grasp the fact that y'all really thought he was going 6 to the Raiders. Fucking, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Oh, some of y'all analysts is wild. For the 99th pick, the Raiders take Sanders. Look, if we get Sanders this late, I'm not going to be mad at it. The dude has potential to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. And if anything is going to make this dude snap out of his arrogance, his entitlement, I'm better than anybody attitude, it's thinking you're going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft and falling more than any quarterback in the history of the NFL draft who was predicted to go number 1 or in the top 3. That's going to humble the shit out of this dude. And if it doesn't light a fire and make him the best quarterback, better than he was ever going to be, I think, then he doesn't have it. And there's a reason he wasn't picked where everybody thought he was going to go, or where his daddy thought he was going to go. That's my take on it. Ooh, Seattle takes Jalen Milroe at pick 92. So I said Seattle would have been a good spot for Sanders. He's not going there. It's not looking good. You're right. Division is tough. Every team could beat each other at least once. We can make it come down to the end of our division winner, and with our coaches, now I think that's 4 or more wins for sure this year. I hope it's more than that. I hope it's more than that. Look, we should have never only won 4 games last year. And I can't preach it enough. If we would have just started Aiden O'Connell, we would at least had 7 minimum. 7 minimum. If the defense stayed healthy, I'm telling you, we could have won 10 games last year. I'm telling you, with no running game. But we would have had a running game because it would have been a different scenario. Now, maybe not with the coaching staff, not with Getsy's system. Probably not. That's a lot of reach. But we lost a lot of games because of quarterback play. We lost to the Broncos with an interception in the end zone for a 101-yard touchdown. We lost 4 games in the third quarter because of 2 fumbles, a fumble and an interception. In both of those games, a fumble and an interception in the third quarter, where we were only 4 or 6 points down at halftime. So we shouldn't have been as bad as we were last year. We played the Chiefs to a 19-17 loss. We were up 17-16. Should have won that game. It was a botched snap. That's the Super Bowl defending champions. We played the Broncos and the Chargers close. In the first half of both of those games. The second half was a different story, like all of our games. So this team is a lot better than people think. And with the coaching staff we got, it's going to be a lot better. Like, we shouldn't have only won 4 games. However, we did. That was the scenario. We had a lot of injuries and bad offense. We had guys that should have never been starting on the defense, having to start. There was a lot of shit that happened to us. There's a reason Pete Carroll and John Spytek took this job. They didn't take this job coming out saying we're going to compete in day one, knowing they had a shit roster rated bottom of the barrel in every category like it was last year. They would have never took this job. They know damn well there is talent in this building. They're going to put more talent in this building, and they're going to compete their ass off this year. This is going to be a different Raider team than we've seen in many, many years. I promise that. I promise. I'm telling you. This is not going to be the same old Raiders. It's not going to be the John Gruden Raiders. It's not going to be the I don't even want to say it. It's not going to be the Dick Daniels Raiders. You know, it's going to be a disciplined team that is coming to work, everybody in the building. There's not going to be no guys half-stepping, not, making plays or not running to plays where it turns out the guy gets away from a tackle and runs 80 yards for a touchdown shit. We're not going to have that shit. We're not going to have guys half-stepping at corner, getting burnt for 7 touchdowns, over 700 yards. Those dudes won't be playing. They'll be pulled. They'll be gone. Somebody else will take that spot. I guarantee you in this franchise. Pete Carroll's not going to fuck around. Chip Kelly's not going to fuck around. He's been a head coach. They've been to a Super Bowl. They've won Super Bowls. There's reasons these guys have made it to where they have been in the playoffs every single year. It's the way they coach. It's the way they believe in people. It's the way they make people believe in themselves. They hold people accountable. We haven't had that in a long time in this organization. People get away with fucking murder. Excuse my language. And they still do, obviously. Snowden. I mean, shit happens. I get it. Give a guy a chance. But after the Henry Ruggs shit, nobody should ever be on this team getting a DUI. Nobody should be on any NFL team getting a DUI. There's no reason for it. And that's not holding people accountable. To be a disciplined team, the Chiefs, I don't know how they do this shit. Guys getting arrested, come back to the team. The NFL is different, but that shit's not going to be allowed in Pete Carroll's organization. I promise you. If you're not giving 110%, if you don't want to compete on every single down, you won't be here, bro. You're gonna be gone. And he's already proven that with the list we went over a little bit ago. I'm pretty good. How high are you, Nee Kerr? We dropped over the list a little bit ago of the people that they've released. So that, to me, releasing guys this early before even making it to camp, showing me that those guys probably are close to the last ones in the building. Those guys are probably guys that leave early. And I know it's not mandatory workouts, but you believe what am I trying to say? You feel out a guy's character, by what they're doing, nobody's looking, so to say, right? Who are you when nobody's looking? When you're not demanded to be in the building, when it's not, a mandatory workout and you're there and you're the first one in the building and you're the last one to leave, that's what these coaches are looking for. And everybody in this organization better get on board. I'm telling you, you better get on board. If you want to play football in the silver and black and you want to be a Raider, you better get your shit together, because this team is going to be John Madden style, Tom Flores style, nasty, gritty guys that love this game, that love to hit people, that love to compete, that'll give their all, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. That's what we need. That's what we need. It's been a long time. Raiders aren't going nowhere. Shit. Come back and talk to me at the end of the year. Come back and talk to me at the end of the year. I know you're an Eagles fan, and I know y'all got a nasty-ass team. Y'all stole Quinshawn Mitchell from me, and I'm very mad. And Cooper DeJean. Those are my top 2 corners last year. They ended up the top 2 corners in the NFL. Imagine that. The top corner I had this year went to the Broncos. The other top corner we passed on. But yeah, the Raiders are going somewhere. They are going somewhere. We, again, shouldn't have been a 4-win team last year. Shit happens. Injuries happens. Coaching happens. You know, bad decisions happen. Poorly ran organizations happen. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be the same here. It's not. It's going to be a winning franchise. We're not going to be blown out in any games. These dudes are going to compete. They're going to have a game plan. They're going to be prepared for everybody they play. Watch. And if you're not prepared, you won't be in a game. You won't be in a game. And you won't be on the squad last very long. I promise you. The swagger is coming back, bro. Yeah, that nasty, gritty, smack mouth poke you in the eyes, you know, on the ground shit after the play. Shit's gonna be back. Raiders are back. We're coming back. We coming. Mark my words, we coming. To the trash. To the trash what? I made a post on Facebook letting people know that you're live. Hopefully people will come show up. It is what it is. I like rocking with the people that are in the building. It's hard to read everybody's comments when there's 1,000 people in here, so I'm not greedy. When you guys is last, when did you guys is last Super Bowl? It's kind of hard to read, bro. Are you drunk? What are you talking about? I know you're probably voice texting. I get it. When was our last Super Bowl? It was a long time ago, bro. It was a long time ago. I believe it was 1984. 3, 4, whatever. However you want to look at it. Very long time. I get it. We should have won it against Tampa. It is what it is. We get no asterisks. We failed. We got our asses whooped. It happens. But how many Super Bowls the Eagles got? How many they been in? How many chips y'all got? You're enjoying it? Well, hey, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it because my job is to entertain. So if you're enjoying the content, then fuck, I'm doing my job, right? Doing my job. Brown said, fuck Sanders took Gabriel. Oh my God. They took Dylan Gabriel. I wasn't even looking. I was busy with the chat. That's wild, dude. Yeah, Sanders ain't getting picked in this draft, bro. He's not. UDFA, Untitled Football League. Put in a call for Sanders if he's available at the United Football League. Hey, it could happen, bro. It could happen. They went to the Super Bowl in 2002, but didn't win it. Yes, ma'am. Facts, Raider Candy. It was 1984. I know I was right. You gotta tell me when my Raiders last went to the Super Bowl. I was 8 years old. Shit. That's sad. Will Howard to the Raiders. You see it now. We are 3 picks away from finally finding out who we get in the 3rd round. I'm not mad at Will Howard. I'm not mad at Riley Leonard. I would support both of those. I would actually love Riley Leonard, and, you know, I'd have to deal with Will Howard, but I think he has potential, bro. The way he ran, the way he, showed his mobility in the playoffs was a side I didn't see from him all year. So I like that. I like that. I like the way on the Gruden show, he never called no huddles before. He picked that shit up. He never changed no plays at the line of scrimmage. They didn't give him that ability. He picked that shit right up like it was nothing. It takes a smart individual to play quarterback. It's not all athleticism. It's not all the strongest arm. It is the most, smartest position in all of sports. Like, in my opinion, there's not a position you have to be smarter at in all of sports than the quarterback position. some guys just don't have it. Like, you can have all the arm strength, you can have all the mobility, but if you can't learn to read defenses, if you can't learn to read guys pre-snap, if you can't read formations and know what's coming, you're never gonna be a football player in the NFL. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. Raiders going to draft the janitor for the facility in the next pick. Hey, if he can play football, bro, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Smack Burner, what's good with it? Raiders, let's fucking go, right? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go janitor. We're picking a janitor with the next pick. The Falcons are on the clock. Turn this up so y'all can hear it. Hopefully they don't get demonetized.
Introduce my son Jonah. I appreciate you being here with me tonight, buddy. We got a trade. Oh. The Philadelphia Eagles have traded.
You think Adoree is pissed? I bet he is. I bet he mad as fuck.
In the 2025 draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Xavier Watts.
Damn it.
Notre Dame.
Oh, there goes the safety. Some beach somewhere. All right, man. I don't know who's on the board, so my suggestions would be totally ass if I suggested anybody. And I'm out of devices to look up who's left on the board. So I don't really know. I do believe Chris Paul Jr. is still on the board. Mods, y'all can drop links. Y'all can drop links in here. Can y'all get a list of who's left and post it? I should probably do that. Start a poll. Come on, dog, get off of me. Ow. Stop. I don't want to play. Go away. Let me put this poll up. I think it's funny. What, baby girl? What? What? Are you not getting attention? I've been busy too long.
Got so much gratitude and love for all the NFL fans and all the Texas fans that come out, traveled up here. And the two Texas football fans.
Go to CBS Sports or here we go, ESPN link. Shit. They went away. Shit. They went away. There's a lot of players left. There's a lot of players left. Braden Swinson is still on the clock. Jalen Royals, wide receiver, still on the clock. I would take that pick in a heartbeat. Does it disappear when I go back? Because that sucks. I was trying to look at that list. Why'd you recheck that list? I was looking at it. The Raiders are on the clock. Oh, it paused when I went to the list? Damn, that sucks. Chucky Smoke was good with it. Well, at least it didn't end the live. That would have been shitty. That would have been shitty. The 98 and 99 pick is revealed on the draft show. They keep saying that, but every time I click over there, they don't reveal it. Shador Sanders. Tyler Shuck already got drafted, didn't he? Jalen Royals. Jalen Lane. I think Mike Green got drafted. Braden Swinson. Braden Swinson is nasty, bro. If we could get that edge rusher from LSU, that is one of the most underrated edges in this draft. If you look at his stats, PFF grade, he was in between Mike Green, who is still on the board. I don't know, or was still on the board not too long ago. Um, Mike Green and um, the number Abdul Carter. So he was rated in pressures right between Abdul Carter, tackles for a loss right between Abdul Carter and Mike Green. I really like Braden Swinson. I would pick him here. Hookers suck. No shit. And they give you diseases, bro. Fucking. Oh shit. Yeah, don't ask ChatGPT, bro. You just have to Google it. Oh, here we go. So Sawyer still on. Oh, I wouldn't mind having Sawyer. They show that list way too fast, bro. That's shitty. The Raiders. What? The Raiders traded their 98 pick and 99 pick. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Stop playing. Oh. I could really see it being Will Howard right here.
So here now are the Raiders. As Pete's back in the mix, good to see him.
Whoa, living on a prayer.
Look at that pick at 21 and thinking, okay, if Shedeur Sanders does not go 21, man, he's a good chance to the Steelers. He's probably out of the first round. But at no point in time did I think, golly, he might be a day 3 pick. Like, that never crossed my mind.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Let's get it. Come on, Jalen Noel, please. Please do the Jalen Noel.
This one is fresh. Another one is currently. Let's go, Raider Nation! Every meaningful opportunity I had in my life came because of the Raiders, and I'm very thankful. Many great franchises and many great players, but I'm very thankful for what the Raiders did for me as a player.
I'm grateful for what you did for the Raiders.
Sideline reporter, and I'm thrilled for the opportunity this young man's going to have. At the Raiders, we say, once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yeah, baby. Captain Jack. I seen Captain Jack. My guy, Captain Jack, in the audience.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Caleb Rogers from Texas Tech. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I get to wear a jersey with my name on the back.
Their left guard, right tackle, announced as a guard. I think he's much more comfortable in there, and that's where he'll be a great fit. Out in space is probably where he struggles a little bit, but when you keep him with
He ain't gonna be out in space.
He's got a lot of power. He's got a sharp.
He ain't gonna be out in space.
And also, CD, someone's played a lot of football. He's got 55 games under his belt. I think some people actually think that he can move inside totally be a center.
Oh, it's only off and on when they pick. We pick again though, right? We get back-to-back picks? Back-to-back. Back. I really like how the Raiders have came out and just picked, right? Has anybody else noticed that? The Raiders, they have just come out. They just come out when they're on the clock, bro, and pick. There's no hesitation. There's no clock running out. As soon as it says Raiders are on the clock, bro, they out. They're out. Look, pick is in. They already know. They already know who they want. That's a damn good sign. If they're that, if they're that secure in who they're taking, to me, that says a lot, bro. That says a lot for this franchise. That, they're in this shit, bro. They 100%. They already know. They know where the board's gonna fall. They know who they want. I like that.
25 NFL draft. The Las Vegas Raiders select Charles Grant. Tackle.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's fucking go right here. Let's go.
As you would expect, added some weight. Yeah, coming off injury, added some weight, wanted to bulk up a little bit. But for somebody at smaller school, plays with excellent instincts and awareness, some big-time wow cutoff blocks.
Ooh, we just got nasty up front. I'm telling you.
Who also has a wrestling background.
And I had a like.
When you pick wrestlers like JPJ and put them on the line, this man is a monster. Go watch tape on your new tackle for the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm telling you, bro, Charles Grant is a killer pick. Killer pick. And our offensive line just got solid as fuck, yo. Solid. Woo, that makes the whole day right there. That just made the whole day good. I said we had to kill it. Didn't I say we had to kill it with these picks? 88 and 89? They killed it. They knocked it out the park. Knocked it out the park. We got a dude that's going to compete for the starting job day one. And a dude that might take that right tackle job day one. They might have to move DJ Glaze over to guard. And then we got a killer backup. and Caleb Rogers, bro, is going to... Woo, I'm telling you. I'm stoked with that. I'm stoked. Let's go. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah. They just opened the floodgates for Ashton Genty. I'm telling you, this is a huge pickup. Huge pickup.
No, it's not over yet. Jeez.
Yeah, we're doing big things, big things. Those are a lot of dogs that are, top 10 guys in this league. Very easily. This dude has all the potential to be one of the best tackles, in my opinion. With that wrestling mentality, guys don't grab a hold of you. Guys aren't going to be able to get their hands on you. This dude is violent. He's fast. He's physical. He's physical in the run game, which is what we need. Huge pickup, bro. Huge pickup. Hell, huge pickup. Oh, 1,000 yards is going to be easy, bro. He could have that by half the season. I'm telling you. I really do believe he could have that shit by half the season. Jordan Meredith, you have been released of duties. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far yet. I don't know. Meredith was our highest rated player, and if these dudes beat him out and he's not on the field, then we really won the draft. But Jordan Meredith was our highest graded offensive lineman throughout the year from day one when he came in at guard. So Jordan Meredith is going to compete for that spot. Alex Kappa might not be playing like the general manager thinks. Alex Kappa is going to have to fight for that job. I could really see a spot where they move Meredith over in between Colton Miller and JPJ. And you have Colton Miller, Jordan Meredith, JPJ, DJ Glaze, and Charles Grant on the outside. That's crazy. I think Caleb Rogers is, maybe a year sitting, or getting, whatever playtime you can get here and there, is definitely gonna make that dude, a dominant offensive line too. He's, 6'5", 315, I think. 6'4", 315. that's a big body. That's a way bigger body than we have in Meredith. That's way bigger than we have in Dylan Parham. Look for some trades to come, right? What I don't see a need for Thayer Munford anymore. I don't really see a need for Parham. You can never have too many offensive linemen. But we could probably get something for these guys, right? We could probably, get a couple other picks, whether it's next year or whatever. Look for some guys to be traded, or maybe to even be cut and released. Maybe. But I like Jordan Meredith. I hope he makes the team still. He reminds me of JPJ. Like, he has that, that intense tenacity where he just wants to win every single down. So tell that Karen to not be a Karen. She's always gonna be a Karen, bro. That's her name. Caleb Johnson is coming for Jordan's spot. There's gonna be mad competition in this room. We can't ask for anything more than that, right? That's what we've needed for a long time. My future offensive lineman over here, the next Colton Miller. I got to get him playing football instead of soccer, though. Nephew, he's going to be a big boy. I'm off to the store. Have a good night. 58-54 at halftime. Lakers are up. Appreciate you watching. Love you. Peace out. Yeah, we're going to be all right. Yeah, we're going to be competitive, bro. We're going to be competitive. Definitely. We still got 5 picks to address the defense. Can you imagine that? Right? We cleaned up like we have. And we still have 5 picks? Damn, bro. Damn, it's been a really, really good day. Really good day. It looks realistic. Sanders will enter the 4th round. Yep. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to Raiders Unleashed for real Raider facts and content, I'm just fucking with you. What are you waiting for? When every content creator on the planet said the Raiders were taking Shedeur. He was a 1st-round draft pick. He was the best quarterback in this draft. I said, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. I'm just saying. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go watch the second half of this Laker game. Take me some dabs. Oh, I ain't had no dabs. I got to go get some dabs. But I appreciate everybody rocking with your boy. I might be off and on tomorrow whenever we pick, but it won't be this long. But I appreciate everybody pulling up. Share it with your friends. Tell your peeps about your peeps about Raiders Unleashed. Love y'all. Peace.